Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. Hope your day is off to a great start. We are going to take another deep dive into another perfume today. And when I tell you that I am excited to share today's review, I mean, I am excited to my core about today's perfume review. We're going to be talking about Sniff Crumb Couture. This tiny little bottle of goodness right here. Now, the reason that I'm so excited about this particular fragrance is that a lot of times when I am, reviewing candles, home fragrance here on my channel, there are times where I will mention, oh, gosh, this scent is so good. It would be absolutely fantastic to have this particular fragrance in a body spray, in a perfume, in a scented body lotion, heck, in a body wash. Just give it to me so that I can apply it to my body because it is so absolutely delicious or beautiful. And I am so happy to report to you guys today that I have found almost a spot-on dupe of Kringle Jelly Donut. I know, right? Like, this isn't typically the type of fragrance that you would think, yeah, I want to smell like a jelly donut. You might want to. I mean, listen to the review here and then obviously make your decision. But I adore this particular fragrance. And here's the frustrating thing. For whatever reason, Kringle is not giving us more of it, and I could not be more irritated about this because this is literally one of my favorite fragrances that Kringle has ever produced, and quite frankly, one of my favorite fragrances that I have ever tried in terms of home fragrance across the board. It is so authentic, so delicious. It is just everything that I want in a gourmand candle. So I will go ahead and link my in-depth review of Kringle Reserve Jelly Donut in the description box down below, just in case you've never seen it. But oh man, it is delicious. Now, did I think upon, burning this for the first time immediately, hey, I think I want to smell like a jelly donut? Maybe not necessarily, but when Sniff reached out to me and asked if I was interested in reviewing some of their perfumes here on my channel, I had Sniff on my list of brands to try anyway when it comes to perfumes. They're available at Ulta. Now, the fragrance that I'm talking about today is actually not available at Ulta. I wish it was because I would love to get my points. But you can find this on the Sniff website. And here's the cool thing. They actually offer candles as well. Now, the price point of the candles, I feel like, is going to be a turnoff to most people. They are definitely considered more of like a luxury price point. But that being said, if Kringle just doesn't produce this anytime soon, which I still don't understand, just crank it out. I'm telling you, people would buy all of it again. Like, it's sold out so quickly. Anytime that it has been restocked, it is immediately sold out. So if they could just get more of it onto the website, like, they could probably make millions just off of this fragrance here. The performance is incredible. But anyway, if you're desperate for some jelly donut and you're just not finding it there, you can find the Crumb Couture candles over at Sniff. I'd prefer it to come from Kringle, but I don't know. If they're not gonna give me more, I guess I'll have to buy it from Sniff. So let's do a little in-depth dive into Crumb Couture. So like I said, this one is available exclusively, it seems like, on their website. I'll see if I can find it at some other retailers, but as far as I know, you're gonna have to visit Sniff. Now, they do have free shipping over $35, and as I mentioned, Sniff did send this to me for consideration, so I did not pay for this. All opinions are still my own, and the link that I put down below isn't like an affiliate link or anything like that. It's just gonna take you directly to the Sniff website. So let's dive into it. I am going to go ahead and just read, what Sniff has to say about this fragrance, and then we're gonna go ahead and talk about what my nose picks up. We'll talk about the overall strength of the fragrance, the projection, and we'll kind of wrap it up there. But by the way, this is a 1 ounce size of, and this is an eau de toilette. This is not an eau de parfum, but I do want to tell you the Sniff fragrances that I have tried so far actually have, I would say, pretty close to the lasting power of an eau de parfum. I don't find myself needing to reapply this for at least 5 hours after the initial application. I would definitely recommend applying this over moisturized skin. If your skin is able to kind of grab the fragrance a little bit better with, you know, the addition of a moisturizer on the skin, it is gonna have better lasting power overall. So if you have not tried that, definitely worth looking into. You can definitely use a complimentary body lotion. Like this would be great with a vanilla scented body lotion, or better yet, get yourself an unscented one that you can maybe just use in the areas that you are planning on applying your personal fragrance. But let's go ahead and read through their blurb here. An ode to the scent of the golden pastry that's guaranteed to end up on your chest, lap, and floor. What does this smell like? Croissant accord, wild berry jam, black currant, toasted vanilla, tonka bean, and sandalwood. By the way, if you are someone who prefers to purchase exclusively cruelty-free and vegan, these fragrances are that. So that the fragrance being cruelty-free is very important to me. I don't necessarily put an emphasis on things being vegan, but when it comes to frivolous, unnecessary things like beauty products, I don't want those things tested on animals. I think that's ridiculous at this point. So this is a 100% cruelty-free company. They are non-toxic. They are considered a clean brand. There's no parabens, phthalates, preservatives, or synthetic dyes in here. Yeah, so you guys, okay, we need to discuss the fragrance notes here. So again, we have croissant accord, wild berry jam, black currant, toasted vanilla, tonka bean, and sandalwood. All right, first of all, these tops are magnetized. It's the little things, but yeah, like you're not gonna lose this lid. I want you guys to see the sprayer here. There is nothing more irritating to me when I purchase a perfume and it just does like a splat on my skin where the fragrance like runs down my arm. Hate it, don't like that at all. Look at this mist. Oh, it's the nicest mist. Oh. Get out of town, get out of town. Oh, it's, listen, they are so close to each other. Okay, so do I pick up the like gourmand, like pastry croissant type note? Yeah, it's totally there, you guys. And it is evident from the time that I spray it onto my skin, like throughout the wear. So even though it's the like initial thing that I pick up, besides the fruity notes we'll talk about here in a second, like it doesn't die down over, you know, the length of the wear. It stays present the entire time. Let's talk about these like berry fruity notes. Oh, it is a true mix, I feel, of say like a raspberry, a strawberry type of concoction. So those two may be mixed together. I don't really detect blueberry in this. It's definitely more so raspberry and strawberry, but the blackberry is also quite evident in here. Now, I will say with the Kringle fragrance here, it's a little bit more focused on the raspberry than some of the other than strawberry or blackberry per se. So that is a slight difference between the two, but I actually think that in terms of the perfume here, it's nicer to have just a little bit more complexity to the berry notes. Yeah, I love that blackberry in here. This is, by the way, this is a sweet fragrance. If you don't like sweet fragrances, first of all, I don't think that you would ever, you know, even try to seek this out. But if you tend to be a little bit more sensitive to sweeter fragrances, if those are headache inducing for you, I'm not sure this would be the right fragrance for you to try out. But I don't think it's cloying. It's not overly sweet. It's not disgusting. It's not like, you know, like, It's really, really good. Now, also in here is a really nice vanilla note. I wouldn't necessarily call it toasted. I think it's more of like a creamy vanilla. And you certainly have a solid, I would say, vanilla base in the Kringle version as well. The pastry note in the candle is probably more so like maybe like a donut. But they're very, very similar in a weird way. Tonka bean, yes. Now, tonka bean adds a little bit more of like a subtle, almost like earthier type of vanilla, but it makes sense. I think what that tonka bean helps to do is to tone down just a touch of the sweetness in the fragrance. It's still gonna be sweet, but I think without that tonka bean, it would be even more like, I think it would be a little bit too much. So I love the addition of the tonka bean here and the sandalwood. What's interesting is that while there is obviously no sandalwood in here, I can kind of detect it in here. But again, I think the sandalwood adds a little bit of like a muskiness, which I think is nice in a personal fragrance. A lot of the fragrances that I tend to gravitate towards have a slightly muskier base to them. I just find that that works really well with my body chemistry. But that musky note does not take away from this being pretty much an exclusively gourmand fragrance. Listen, you guys, in terms of just the fragrance here itself, it is heavenly. It is so close to this here. And while not everybody wants to smell like a jelly donut, I do. And if you are like me, you got to give this a try. It is so good. Now let's talk about the overall kind of strength of this fragrance, if you will. It is quite, I would say, noticeable. I've gotten a couple of compliments on this when I've been wearing it while shopping at Fred Meyer for my groceries. There was a lady actually in line behind me yesterday who was like, "You smell edible. What are you wearing?" And I told her, and she was like, "Yeah, I would never think to like buy a perfume like that, but that smells good." And I was like, it does, right? Like, it is delicious. You're gonna smell borderline edible. And then the lasting power. I would say it's fairly deep. For being an eau de toilette, it is more than decent. It's definitely not my longest lasting fragrance in my collection. I do wish that they would maybe start thinking about turning these into eau de parfums. I would even pay a little bit more for that because obviously I wouldn't have to reapply, you know, twice in a day. If that was the case, I think if this was an eau de parfum formulation, you would probably easily get like 7-8 hours of wear out of this. But as it stands, usually after about the 5-hour mark, I think that it is faded to the point on me where I want to personally reapply. So not that I have to, but I usually do. So is it worth the $65 for a 1 ounce eau de toilette? Yeah, absolutely. This is gonna be an immediate repurchase for me. They basically just have a customer for life just with this fragrance right here. If they ever discontinued this, I don't think I'd be able to forgive them. Just like I haven't really been able to forgive Kringle for not giving us more. I'm really trying to like lay the pressure on Kringle here to pump more of this out. Yeah, obviously it's not going anywhere because we haven't seen it again as of late, but man, once they do, I will definitely let you guys know over on Instagram as well as in my YouTube comments, not my comments, but my like community page. I will try to let you know everywhere that I can if it does get restocked. But it is, oh, it's so good, you guys. Anyway, I cannot give more thumbs up to this fragrance right here. I am absolutely in love. I think it's one of the best things that I've tried in the recent past, and I've tried some good stuff, but that right there, she's a holy grail. She will be in my collection for the rest of my life, and I am so thankful to Sniff for reaching out and sending this one along. They definitely have a customer for life, like I said. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have happened to try either the Crumb Couture perfume or if you have tried their candles. The candles are definitely on my list to check out. Their Vanilla Vice. I'm not sure if the Vanilla Vice is available in a candle format, but if it is, ooh, I'm gonna have to pick that up. If you missed my review of Sniff Vanilla Vice, I will link that in the description box down below as well. I'll put a link to where to shop with Kringle. I don't know, most of the people watching this are probably into personal fragrance, but I do have a 15% discount code with Kringle, so if you wanna save a little bit of money on your purchase, it usually works with most sales over there, but if a sale is really amazing, then they don't allow the additional discount. But I will put that information in the description box down below. I appreciate you being here. If you found this video helpful, or if you too are excited about smelling like a jelly donut, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.